Hello, Miss Ying Ying.
Hi, good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. So, it's what time? It's almost 11 Malaysian time and 10, yeah, 10 in the morning in Indonesian time. Yeah, I'm very
Right.
glad. I'm very honored that I can interview you, because your book, I use your book a lot. Uh, and many Indonesian music teacher, not only piano teacher, music teacher also use your book, especially music theory for young children and young musicians. It has been a huge help for us to understand the theory, and so our students can take ABRSM theory exam well.
Thank you so much for your
Okay.
effort, Ernie. Thank you so much for invitation.
Yeah.
I mean, we can start anytime. Yeah.
After using your books, I'm very curious about your background. Can you tell us about your background? How you start learning piano? Did you come from musical background?
Right. Okay. No, actually, both my parents are non-musicians, but I started my piano lesson when I was about 8 years old. Because my neighbor's daughter learned piano, and my mother asked if you would like to learn too. So I remember I was very excited, to start my first lesson. So this is how I started my music lessons.
Okay. Then you took a bachelor degree in music, right? Is it correct?
Oh, actually, in my time, there's no bachelor music in
Okay.
teaching.
Ah.
So I was doing that in the Conservatory of Music and Drama for my diploma. Yeah.
Oh,
It is
okay.
but it's a what you call a very professional diploma. I know in a very special field. So I actually started my um third, I mean we call it third level education after I finished my grade 8. Yeah.
And
I did that
yeah,
in Dublin.
yeah, and in Dublin, right? Conservatory of Music and Drama. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
But now
And
they have changed it to TU Dublin Conservatoire. They
oh,
have
they changed the
yeah,
name. Ah, I see.
right.
Okay. And then when you attend CMD, at that time the name is Conservatory of Music and Drama, you got a special commendation in teaching. Can you tell us more about it? What it is?
Right, yeah. Because of my teaching course, there was this special commendation award. They set up these to give away to teachers who has performed the best teaching skills in the micro teaching module. This is one of the module that we have
Okay.
in our study. So it's a real honor to be awarded with such a prestigious prize. I was assigned to demonstrate some teaching skills during my course. And I really think that it is a teaching practice and coaching that has very much developed my teaching skills and foundation as a teacher. Yeah. So
Okay.
as a teacher, we were guided to do some lesson plan class based on our research and preparation, such as using different resources for different needs of the students. So that was a very thorough training.
Ah, okay. Was it the background that you make the music theory book?
It definitely helps. If I were to study in music performance, then I wouldn't get into teaching. So teaching
Yeah.
is a special, area where it allows you to explore more and focus on your teaching skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Yes. I really think that a good music teacher need to take a pedagogy class. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. For a bit of story that I took a piano pedagogy class with a teacher over here, and it helped me a lot. Yeah.
Sure,
When
I definitely encourage teacher to go through the training.
yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
also did pedagogy training since the pandemic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you please tell us more about how did you came up the idea about making the theory book? Was it did you start with young musician first or young children first?
I actually start with the young children, the series
Okay.
of that. So it's going to be 20 years next year. Okay. How do I get actually the choice of music theory books that are available in the market was very limited that time. That
What
was
year? What year was it?
2004.
20,
So
okay.
it'll be 20 years old next year.
Yeah.
All right. So I remember I had to create my own worksheets to help my students because the resources is not enough. It's either too difficult or it's not enough, or the progressive part of the exercise is just not in sequential patterns. So I create that, and I truly enjoy that process. And the idea of writing a theory book came out from my husband actually. So
Okay.
he said, I remember you always draw and make special sheets. So maybe, why don't you try it? So I took the encouragement, I started with it. That's the whole story about how to start.
How many years did it took you to finish writing the book?
Right. You mean per book? Per book, it takes about, well, the initial grade is not so difficult. It's about 3 to 6 months, the first one. And then in that first series, the young children series, the first book is 3 to 6 months to wrap up everything. But the 2, 3, and 4, it will be slightly less time. It's like 3 months each book.
Oh, so, it's fast.
Yeah, because once you have list down, you have set your goal.
Yeah.
You know exactly your path and the direction. Then it makes things slightly faster. But of course, that does not apply to other titles. Like no graded, it takes much longer.
Yeah. And then how did you develop into writing the for young musicians series?
Right. So I need to I need to understand the syllabus, the content, and the target age group, and what do I need to include in the book, and design the whole layout and the whole structure of the lesson plan before I can actually start writing. So lots of research and efforts were put onto them to make them special for young children. So I reckon that children of the modern age really need some different approach so that we can engage them in doing the activities. So my approach is the children center approach. That's my approach.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how long the gap between the first publish of young children then to young musician?
Immediately, I think I continue immediately to grade 2. Actually, I did not proceed to grade 1 when I finished my 4 books of the young children series, because I thought that 4 books is enough to cover up to grade 1.
Yes.
So actually, I jumped to grade 2, and then after that, I still thought maybe grade 1 is needed.
Yeah.
So I go back to grade. Yeah, so that it looks like it's more complete. Yeah, so that was the
the grade 1 is very necessary, I think.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
And this is a fun fact story for you, Miss, that some of the private school over here for their music subject, the teacher give the students your theory book, for the young children. So like if I have young students like maybe 5 or 6 years old, they should use the young children, isn't it? But because they got that book at their school, so I cannot give that to them. So I have to give for young musicians. Maybe this is an idea for you, Miss. You have to write another theory book
for school. Yeah, another set for school. Yeah, I should think about it in the very near future. Thank you for your suggestion. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. If so, our theory usually we see around the ABRSM syllabus. Do you think that we can add another maybe point or another knowledge of theory besides the ABRSM has suggested?
I would think for me, I think AB has covered quite a lot. Maybe you can explore the Trinity exam, but at the same time, maybe I would go into musicianship rather than putting more into theoretical learning. So I may look into how to actually come up with some material for musicianship that they can together with the piano lesson and the theory lessons.
Yes.
So that will support that.
Yeah. Actually, maybe if talk about the AV, maybe the musicianship they include in their practical exam, like the oral.
Yeah, I don't think it is sufficient because it doesn't really give the student enough training on listening, on dictation, on
That's
sight
correct.
singing. Most teachers will just concentrate on the oral test before the exam. So that should not be practiced. We should start from young before they start any instrumental class and should continue, till they finish a grade 8. So I mean, you have to continue. I mean, when you are even for diploma, there are a lot of material you can do.
Yeah.
Okay. So musician can sing in parts. You can do dictation. You can. I mean, there's a lot, and you can do analytical works. So that's much more.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah.
Okay. If mention about singing and musicianship, I know that you are very well known for your Kodály, your passion in Kodály method. I have you've come to Indonesia, Jakarta a few times, and I have participated your few of your seminars. So that's where we met, right?
Right.
And I think that how you teach the musicianship is something that we lack of.
Okay.
How can you tell me how you discover Kodály method?
Yeah. I was lucky to be exposed to Kodály method during my college years in Dublin. My oral teacher was graduated from the Kodály Institute. So but then after I taught, I was in her class for 2 years. Then it really helps to open my eyes to see that this is the whole thing that we are lack here. So I was, this is my passion since the college year until now. I still think that Kodály approach is still one of the best. Yeah, we can talk about later more about it.
Yeah, and then this brings us to the question that I open to my social media for the public if they have question for you. And one of the piano teacher, my friend, and shout out to Midori in Singapore, she asked, there are so many methods in world, Kodály, Dalcroze, and Orff. Which one is more approachable for the kids and why, Miss? That's the question.
Right. I can briefly talk about these three approaches. They have a lot of similarities. So Orff is a way of teaching children about music that engages their minds and body through a mixture of singing, dancing, acting, and the use of percussion instruments such as xylophone and glockenspiel. So he used a lot. And also teaches music in 4 stages with imitations, exploration, improvisation, and composition. So this is about Orff. Now, Dalcroze is a sweet educator. So in his philosophy, music curriculum could teach music structure and music expression in a kinesthetic way using a child's entire body. So Dalcroze is another educator who has outlined the teaching method called rhythmic solfege that aims to teach rhythm through a combination of sight singing, ear training, and music movement. So this is Dalcroze. And come to Kodály, for him, music education is most effective when started early and everyone is capable of musical literacy through the use of folk song and composed music of high artistic value. So Kodály believes that singing is the foundation of musical learning and voice is the most accessible instrument. And the songs in the pentatonic scale should be emphasized in the beginning level. And musical skills to be developed in his approach are singing, listening, movement, memory, inner hearing, writing, reading, part works, improvisation, and composition. So, and could I also borrow rhythm names, relative so far, hand sign from others in his approach? So through the combination, a student naturally progress into a mastery of sight reading and ear training. I'm sorry, I need to tell all this before I can make up the conclusion.
Okay.
So as each of these methods presents a unique way of learning music while sharing similar philosophies in music education, they are proven to help children in one way or the other. So I would say you can actually integrate 3 of them in your teaching. So personally, I have seen how easy and natural the Kodály approach can be to help children cultivate musicianship skills for music learning in a sequential, age-appropriate manner. So for me, it is one of the most comprehensive musicianship training.
Yeah,
that's my choice. But
okay,
as I say, you can always integrate them.
Yeah, I want to share a bit about my the most recent, like yesterday, I have a student that I have struggled a lot about her sight reading. And then because I'm going to interview you, that's why I researched a bit about Kodály method, how Kodály method integrates singing very often. Okay, and then I asked her to like sing the new piece that she haven't played before. Okay, and then she sing it, and it helps a lot. Because before I taught her how to read the notes using the letter names. Okay, most of my students didn't have a problem, but it somehow that it doesn't like very make sense for her. Then I asked her to sing solfege. Yeah, some of the students over here, if I've got transfer students, some of them don't know what's the solfege. They know do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, but they can't read the notes from a piece of paper and then sing solfege. And then I was quite amused because when I was young, it's like different. I can sing solfege, but I don't really know the letter name. But nowadays, students different from my experience. And then what I'm saying is that singing is very important. Yeah, it helps a lot with this particular student.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. That was inspiring.
Yeah. Miss, can you I would love to know how do we incorporate more Kodály method during our music lesson, not only piano lesson. I think any musical instrument can use Kodály method, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think I can share some
slides
now?
Please share me.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes, I can see it.
Right. Okay. Now, so this is the slides that I've used for my MTASA in Australia for the Zoominar. So this is what I shared to them. I'm just taking an example from my Poco Piano 2. So in the musicianship scales, what I do is when they see this piece, I won't go into it, straight just to play. I will do some echo singing. I will ask them to clap the rhythm, and they will have to find a tone set. Tone set means in this piece there are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. So there are 6 notes on the right hand, and then the bass has so, do, ti, do. So you can see the magnetic. Did you see the magnet?
Yes.
The real height is this. It's that big. So you actually you can stick them to the white note. Yeah. So for my children, I will stick it all. Then I'll ask them to choose the one that is, the tone set that is being used in this piece. So that they will then only we start doing some singing. So there are some exercises. You can see number 4 there. So after they sing through, they will understand the patterns, the melodic patterns. So you can see the apple there. Yeah. Apple, yes. Top, banana. And then they will need to analyze, means they need to realize and discover the pattern. Then you'll see, oh, this is also another apple, which is exactly the same. So this is A, B, A, and then the last one is fa, fa, mi, mi, re, re, do. So this is slightly different from B. So this is actually B1. So, from this, when they are used to this kind of learning, when they apply in any other songs or piano repertoire, quickly they will see the patterns, they will see the motive, they will see the subjects. From young, they've been trained this way. And they can sing in so far in the melody. Then maybe and then bass, sing the bass as well. So do ti do, and they can sing the first two bar, clap the other two bar. So they, you can switch. So they can do a lot of activities to get used to the rhythm, to get used to the melody. And number 7, sing the melody and play the bass. So means they are singing do re mi fa so so la la so, and then when they
Yes.
sing fa 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 mi, the bass come in. So
Yes.
you can do a lot of activity like this. So that is what we call musicianship. Before we just go into the note and go into playing.
That's
So this is
what we do often. We want to take this shortcut.
Yeah. Okay. So this is another one, musicianship. I do a lot of get away from the piece, give them 3 pictures. This is one of piece from the last exam pieces. Is called Shashkar. Shashkar is a grasshopper. So for this, I will just use the pictures, and the children will need to tell me about the picture. What do they see in the picture? Then only I'll play the piece. Then they must match what the piece can go to the closest picture that can describe that music. Okay, and this is the piece. So they can see the so do so, that was the grasshopper hopping. So from this piece, I will pick up all the music elements, the rhythm, the dynamics, the meter, the melody is very important. What are they made up of? So they will see a lot of what the perfect fifth, the so do so, and then they will see a lot of parallel fifth on the right hand. So they have to understand the elements, the ingredient that is used in the piece. So this is how my approach in musicianship.
Yeah. Miss, can you please tell us about the book that you co-authored, Teacher Handbook for Kodály's 333 reading exercise?
Okay, yeah. Okay, you see my screen?
Okay, yes, I can see it.
Right, so this is the 333. This is an exercise. Okay, right. So 333 is this book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why. So this 333 reading exercise is Kodály's most popular book, and it is a series of sight singing exercise designed to promote a thorough understanding of rhythm, melody, tone set, form, and tonality, and to develop musicianship skills. But because it is all black and white, so nobody actually know how to use them. So however, the teachers outside Hungary or those unfamiliar with Kodály approach, many do not know how to use them, especially in the way of Kodály educators use it the way. Okay. So the main objective for us is to make 333 accessible to teachers, showing them how to use them in accordance with the Kodály concept. So this handbook, as you see here on the screen, aims to offer strategy for guiding, sight reading, and practice 33 exercises from 333. So we are only giving you some samples. We also aims to make it easy to use by non-experts and experts alike. Therefore, our pages promote efficient, effective preparation and practice for each exercise. As you can see here. So this next page, we have actually categorized them. So they are, you can see the red button there. So they are things that we actually zoom into it. So for example, the bottom one, the rhythm analysis, rhythm and melody, these are the sample from this book. I've actually put it up, and the exercise taken from this book.
Oh, okay. So you incorporate that book as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But actually is to give a way how to do the exercise in the way I do it, in the way Kodály suggested. All right. So this is another page. So you have rhythm activities. You can do group 1, group 2, and individual. So they're in canons. You can do that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. This one when we do canon during your seminar with the groups. Yeah, I like that. I like that exercise.
Yeah. Remember I did that.
Yeah.
And then this is how we prepare them to writing. So it is really comprehensive. And we also do dictation so that they understand that, they need to hear the melody after all the training and to be able to, convert them into notation. So dictation is a very difficult process for children, but if they do from young, they can cope really well. And then this is the one you can see that identify the two parts. Then they can, this is really a preparatory polyphonic for classical music in thirds. So it's actually possible to teach using Kodály approach. And you can see the inner hearing. So they can, if I say, can you hide the soul? So they will say, me.
Oh.
Okay, so they will hide the soul and then they only sing the rest. So they will have the inner hearing. This is what we call inner hearing. And of course, improvisation. So there's a lot of things you can explore through these books.
Yes, I saw this book when I checked the Poco Studio's website, and when I saw the title, oh, this is very interesting. I need Miss Ying Ying to share about this. I have I never know this book. Is it new? Is it just released?
No, it was published in 2016 when the professor was here to train teachers. I actually invited the professor from the Kodály Institute to provide some trainings here. So I got a chance to work together with the professor for this book. So this is actually a book you can use in your musicianship class from grade 1 to grade 5.
Ah, I see. It's very interesting. I should maybe later after the interview, I'll ask you where can I get this book.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. And then my friend used your flashcard, Miss, and she told me that it helps a lot for her teaching. I'm actually personally I haven't used it, but can you share me about your flashcard, Miss?
Sure. We have come up with a lot of flashcards. It's also because of the Kodály 333. We have the material that is going to support the musicianship for the 3. So you can see the magnetic sofa tone card as I show you, and we also made this thin plate.
Yes.
So do a lot of dictation in this card, and you can ask them to put down the rhythm they hear, and they can compose music using some tone sets for the rhythm they make up. So you can do a lot of activity using this book. And there is a small booklet to tell you about the activity in this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And we also have this stick notation rhythm flashcard, which is very useful. I'm going to show you in a minute. And of course, the curved hand sign, that student can have a clear vision of how the hand sign can be applied, when the teacher teach them. So this is the whole thing about the this flashcard. And this is this is another one. This is the keyboard flashcard, which I think is very useful for teaching theory. When they come to semitone, tones, you come to scales, that's what I taught. So that they understand the steps, they can see the patterns, and they can build the scales, on this keyboard flashcard, on this game board.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed your question. I think you asked me, how did you come up with the idea? Yeah, I think I was too eager to share.
It's okay.
Okay. I think all of us encounter challenges in presenting certain music concepts. So I usually think of something that can be used as an aid to assist in our teaching. So something, the children can sense it, the children can see, the children can move, the children can use, so flashcards are great to reinforce learning. And of course, to present some idea that, some abstract ideas that you cannot explain. So that is very useful for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will use them with creative music games to encourage interactivity. so we can interact with them and to make sure that we achieve that learning objective. So that is the idea of coming up with the flashcard.
Okay. Yeah, especially for visual learners.
Yeah. So this is the how it looks like. This is the flashcard. We have about, I think, 60 or 70 flashcard here where you can incorporate in your piano teaching. So you can ask them to find, can you find the rhythm? I mean, maybe you have to choose 10 related rhythm that they have, learned in their piece, and then ask them to choose, oh, can you see this? Or you prepare the rhythm first, ask them to tap before they actually play the piece. So this is a good to them. Yeah. So these are the game: listen, improvise, rhythm. So these are the game. I mean, I need some time to go into it. So I hope in the future we have time to go into all the products and to explain to teachers how do they use them.
Yes. Okay. What you shared today is, I think it emphasize what I think musicianship is very, very truly important to make a well-rounded students. That sometimes we get students, like they say they already take grade 6 of exam, but when they came to us, if I ask them to sight read, they even can play a very simple rhythm pattern. Yeah, because their their musicianship knowledge is very lack of musicianship knowledge.
Yeah, very limited.
Very limited.
Yeah, I think we should. That's why I've been holding on to this desire to really get the project out. So we have another project, currently to actually, for the children.
Okay. Can you tell us what your current projects or upcoming projects is?
Right. So currently, I'm actually revising this.
Yes.
Okay. So I have done 1, 2, 3. With painfully because of the constraint of time. If I were to have more time, then I think, but I enjoyed it as well, but it's challenging to be able to finish it in time, like that within a time frame. So I hope to be able to finish that soon, that I can concentrate on a lot of other things. Okay, so this is one of the project that we're doing currently. Another one is the ECS. So ECS is, okay, now this is ECS. So this ECS is a Kodály Inspired Music Program. We only allow teacher to get the books after they do the training.
Oh, because, okay.
So we don't actually sell out even to any schools or any private teachers. We did do some training before they can actually obtain this book. So these are the pictures. Yeah. So this is called ECS. We have 3 levels. So we have we have soft launch on the 2 levels. Our third one should be launched within this year. Yeah.
Okay. And how long is the program for each level?
Okay. Level 1 has only 20 lessons. It takes about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the level 2 is 24 lessons. It takes about 8 months, but we do not actually require teacher to finish in that suggested time frame. As we taught, different group of students may need different time, but this is probably the guideline for them. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what keeps you busy nowadays.
Yeah. Coming one, there are a lot of other titles I would love to explore after completing the current one. Can I ask you one question? What do you think I should look into it? I mean, you are aware of the need in the market. What about Indonesia? Yeah.
I wish every teacher has this knowledge about musicianship, because most teachers in Indonesia just understand they have to teach the students to play. If they play well, then that's enough.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the message of the need, the importance of musicianship, that's what we need most. The message that how important the musicianship.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. I think this is still a very big area that teachers has to really think seriously about it. Otherwise, we are just teaching. For me, education, for teachers who only teach piano and passing exam for me is 30% of music education. The
Yes.
musician is the real thing.
Correct.
Example, a grade 8 student may not be able to do sightseeing at all. Singing like sightseeing in
Correct.
simple one, in pitch. But our children who has gone through ECS can do really well. Our book 2 has actually reached the standard of grade 2 oral test without knowing, through unconscious learning, they already reached the standard grade 2. They have no problem with timing. They have no problem with rhythm. They can dictate, they can sing, they can sight sing, they can do a lot of other things. So that is the power of the Kodály approach. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is the book that I want to show you. This is the teacher's material. Okay. So so this is the lesson plan for teacher's handbook. Each lesson, of course, you need to go through training, and then when you do your lesson preparation, you can look into it.
Yeah.
So this is the big book. Okay, just a quick one. And this is teacher's material as well, and this is a children's material where they have the song book, they have the activity book, and they have the sticker book.
Okay.
So this is the material, yeah. And this is the master teacher that we work together, our main co-author from the Kodály Institute. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe there's a music teacher that interested to take the training. Can you please give us the information? Maybe later I'm going to list it down on the description box below.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
No problem.
Do you?
Yeah, I hope I'm just sharing this. I hope that you can come one day. This is our book library where you can books. All right. Now I think this is I was in Jakarta 2018 for your music education conference. Just want to show you.
I think this was the last time we met. Yeah, I think I participated this trade
right.
The seminar.
Yeah, the conference.
Yes,
it's a education conference. Yeah, right.
Before the pandemic. Yes.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm somewhere over
somewhere
there. Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah. For information, I also did one Zoominar with Music Teacher Association in Bandung.
Yeah. I missed that one.
That was during the pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope I can do more after I complete my current project.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. Okay.
Sure.
And then I think this is the last question before we close. One of the teacher asked, what is the most important thing to start first in early music education?
I think they should start experience the basic elements of music like steady beat. This is why we publish ECS. So ECS is something we target for early music education. So children should experience unconsciously steady beat, rhythm, pitch, and dynamics, which can be done through singing, music movement, and music games. And music instruments should be encouraged at a later stage. Did I answer your question?
Yes. That answer. I truly agree that because I think we have to the music teacher has to educate the parents as well, because many parents, like, they have 4 years old, their child, they want their children to take piano lessons or any musical instrument at very young age. Okay, and then because they do not understand about musicianship, what's the importance of musicianship, that so we as the music teacher has to educate the parents as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes.
I totally
Okay.
agree. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, Miss, do you have anything to give advice to us before we close?
Okay, I think as a music teacher, whether to teach music or to teach piano, we need to have an open-minded, that we need to continuously learning, explore to new things in the market, not to hold on to what we have learned earlier, but explore ourselves to new materials, new methods, new things, because we are in 21st century. So that's what I hope the teachers can consider.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss. So how can we connect with you, Miss? What social media that you are most active right now?
I normally we use a lot in Facebook to update ourselves. We also have a new website
Okay.
where we can actually browse through to see our products, and there's some video inside. Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll link it below in the description boxes.
Sure, I'll provide it to you.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. It's very nice to talk to you today, Miss.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yes,
Bye.
I'll see you maybe if you come to Jakarta, or maybe one day I'll go to. You're at Kuala Lumpur, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you're
Yes.
always welcome, and all the teachers in Indonesia are very welcome to visit us.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Miss. Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.